Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine. My name is Amarpreet Kaur. I am your computer teacher. Students, now open page number 10 of your computer book and on that page write date and day. Okay. Now next we will start the topic computer generations. Now what is a computer generation? Generation is like you can take an example of a family. Here is your grandfather, okay, and the son of your grandfather is your father, and you are a child of your father. Okay, this is a form of generation. As such, the computers also have generations. Generation of computers are changing from time to time. Updations are included in the computers. After these early calculating machines, the present computer took its shape in 5 generations. Okay, after completing the previous time, but nowadays the present computers which are using these days took a shape in 5 generations. Okay, present computer has taken a 5 generation, or a present computer has to go through a 5 generations to come into the present form. First generation, first generation, its time is from 1940 to 1955. Keep the year in mind about the first generation. Duration of the first generation is 1940 to 1955. There are many computers that were a part of first generation computers. Okay, we will read the various computers that were come into the first generation. First is Mark 1. Please, students, underline this word Mark 1. The first electromechanical powered computer. It was the first electromechanical computer. In 1944, Professor Howard Aikens built the first electromechanical computer named Mark. Please, students, underline this line. In 1944, a first computer was made whose name was Mark 1. And in which year it was made? It was made in 1944. And who made it? It was made by the Professor Howard Aikens. It used punch cards, okay, and a typewriter for input and output. In this computer, a typewriter and punch cards were used for inputting or outputting the data. Mark 1 was much more reliable than the early electronic computers. It was far better than the previous one computers. It was considered better than the previous computers. You can see the image of a Mark 1. Okay, these are the types of the Mark 1 computer. Okay, you can see the image. Next is ENIAC, the first electronic computer. Now, what is the full form of ENIAC? Electronic Numerical Integrated and Computer. Okay, underline this. Okay, this is the full form of ENIAC, which was the first electronic computer, and it was the first electronic general purpose computer built in 1946. In which year it was built? It was built in 1946. And who built it? It was built by John Mauchly and Prosper Eckert. These were the two persons who made this computer. It contained over 18,000 vacuum tubes. How many vacuum tubes were used to make it? 18,000. And 1,000 times faster, and this computer was 1,000 times faster than the Mark 1. Okay, the previous one which we have seen recently, if we compare to Mark 1, then but the ENIAC was more faster. Okay, and ENIAC consumed almost 200 kilowatt of power. How much power was used by this computer. It was almost 200 kilowatt. Okay. Now you can see the picture of ENIAC. Okay. This is the picture of the ENIAC computer. You can see the image. Next is UNIVAC computer. UNIVAC. Means universal, A means automatic, C means computer. This is the full form. It was the another successful invention of John Mauchly and Prosper Eckert. These two persons also invented the UNIVAC computer in 1951, which could handle both numeric and textual information. Okay, this computer can do the numeric and textual information can be handled by this computer. Okay, numeric data and the textual data can be handled by UNIVAC computer. Numeric means 1, 2, and 3, this kind of data. Textual means you have written any text, A, B, C, this kind of text, and you can see the image here. Okay, this is the image of the computer. UNIVAC had 5,200 vacuum tubes. How many vacuum tubes were used? 5,200. And what are the features of the first generation computers? Huge in size. They were so big and very expensive. You needed more money to purchase these kind of computers. Made up of vacuum tubes. It is made up of how many vacuum tubes? 5,200. You can see the image of vacuum tube. It looks like this. Okay, you can see the image, then you can imagine what kind of it is. Now next is the second generation. Second generation, the timeline of second generation is 1956 to 64. Okay. After 1955, use of transistors and magnetic tapes changed the image of the electronic computers. In the second generations, the transistor and magnetic tapes were used, but in first generations, only vacuum tubes were used. Okay, this is the magnetic tape, and you can see the image of transistor here. These kind of things were used in second generation. During this period, major computer manufacturers. Who are the manufacturer? Underline this word, students. Manufacturer means who make something. Okay, who make something. Who make the things. Okay, major computer manufacturers began to offer a range of accessories. Accessories means things. Okay. Computer manufacturers are those who made something such as page printers they made, and the cathode ray tube they made, and card feeder. These things are used in the computers. Okay, just learn the names. Okay. Now, what are the features of second generation computers? Made up of transistors. You can say in first generations only vacuum tubes were used, but in this case, the transistor and magnetic tapes were used. Magnetic tapes were used to store data. Why we use the magnetic tapes? To store data. Small in size. These were small in size and less expensive. Learn the meaning of expensive. Expensive means costly. The things which are too costly. Okay, but in the first generation, the things were not so expensive, but in this case, less expensive because they are smaller in size. But in case of we use the things in large in size, so that's why they were expensive. These are faster and reliable. Okay, you can easily use these kind of computers in the second generation. Next is third generation computers. The timeline of this third generation is 1965 to 75. Okay, 10 years. 65 to 75 means 10 years. Okay, in the third generation, the invention of integrated, please students underline this word, integrated circuits. You can say IC, and full form of IC is integrated circuits. Invention of IC led to smaller sized computers. Okay, in third generation, ICs were come, means these kind of circuits. Okay, these kinds of circuits led to smaller size computers with better functioning and more storage. And when they started to use these IC circuits, then the size of the computers become so small, and small size computers we can easily use, we know. And at that time, more storage you can see. Okay, in third generation, more storage was provided. Next, features of third generation computers. These computers were made of ICs. I have already told you that the third generation computers were made up of integrated circuits. The use of ICs reduced the size. The size of computers were, you can say, the size of ICs were very small, and the speed increased the speed of the computer, and also the speed of the computer is increased. Okay. They were more affordable and dependable. These computers were dependable, and you can easily take from one place to another, and they were easy to use, and they have a better functioning, and they have a more storage. Next, fourth generation computers, and their duration was 1976 to 85. In 1980s, very small scale integration. Underline this word VLSI, full form of VLSI, you have to learn, came into existence, in which thousands of, you can underline the whole line, okay, came into existence, in which thousands of transistors were placed on a single chip called microprocessor. Underline this word microprocessor as well, and as well as VLSI. Okay, in fourth generation, thousands of transistors were used, and thousand of transistors were placed on a single chip. This is the single chip on which thousands of transistors were placed, and this chip is called the microprocessor. IBM released their first line of desktop PC, which was used by Intel 88 chip as their CPU. Now, IBM released the first desktop PC. They made this PC, okay, and it was used by the Intel. It was used by the it was used as a CPU. In 1983, IBM introduced the PCXT computer. Okay, they introduced PCXT, which had a more memory and more hard. Please, students, underline this line. IBM introduced PCXT. In PCXT, there was a more memory and a more hard drive space. PCXT has a more memory. You can store many things on PCXT. Okay, in 1985, Microsoft released the first version of the Microsoft Windows, and in 1985, Microsoft released its own window, which is called the Microsoft Windows. Now, next, features of the fourth generation computers. VLSI, called microprocessors, invented. I have told you in the fourth generation, the microprocessors came, and they were small in size. Fourth generation computers were small in size and could be placed on an office table. You can place it anywhere in your office. Okay, you can also place this kind of computer at your home. Hard disk to storage. Then hard disk also came in the fourth generation, and introduction of GUI. Then operating system came. Okay, I have told you that window came in the fourth generation. Intel introduced the Intel 4004, the first microprocessor in 1971. Okay, then Intel also introduced the first microprocessor, which is called the Intel 4004 in 1971. It was introduced by the Intel. Next, fifth generation is from 1986 onwards. Okay, after 1986, VLSI technology was used to develop more powerful microprocessors to improve the speed, size, cost, and performance of computers. Please, students, underline this line. Okay, up to this. Okay. Now, in the fifth generation, you can say after 1986, more powerful processors were made to improve the speed, size, and cost and performance of the computers. In 1997, Intel introduced the MMX microprocessor. This is the name of the microprocessor. Okay, this was introduced by the Intel company, which were designed to improve. Why they introduced this? Why they made this? MMX microprocessor for game or multimedia performance. Scientists are still trying to improve computers. Scientists are also still working to make more computers. They want that the computer should be faster in speed, and their cost should be less, and they are also focusing on the performance. Okay, and they want to develop the computer with artificial intelligence. Please underline this word, artificial intelligence. Okay, now next is the features of 5th generation computer. First is we'll use artificial intelligence. Okay, now what is artificial intelligence? Means robots. Okay, scientists are trying to make the robots. In case of robots, we use a computer system, we use a softwares. Okay, improved size, cost, speed and performance. Size of computer should be less, and cost should be less, low cost, and speed should be high in case of computers, and performance should be better. New versions of GUI operating systems are developed. Okay, now they are also working on a window. Now these days we use a Windows 10. Okay, you can see the difference between the previous Windows and this new one window. Everything is changing day by day. Now students, revise this chapter up to this. This is your homework. This is page number 13. Okay, up to page number 13. So students, bye bye. I will complete your next chapter in the next video. So keep watching, stay home, stay safe.